Hi, fellow traders. I hope you had a great day today and a great week for that matter. We have just wrapped up week 2 of 2018, and this truck is rolling right along. You know, sure, we've hit some potholes and some bumps in the road, but we've got some good tires on this truck. You know, we don't have May pops on it. You know, you put those tires on that may pop here or may pop where. You never know what's going to happen when you hit a bump. But we've got solid foundation, you know, and that foundation is going to keep us rolling right along. And we are, you know, we worked on it last year, trying to build it. We made a real strong effort in the fourth quarter to develop this foundation so that when we hit 2018, we can hit the ground running. And we're seeing the benefits of it. We started seeing the benefits of it toward the end of December, and we're moving right along into January. We're moving right along in this first quarter. So, but if you haven't developed it and you're not where you want to be, it's not too late. You know, that's what we're here for, to try to help you get to that point. That's what this journey is all about. So I asked you a question yesterday, you know, about what did you want? You know, what did you want out of trading? And one of the things that you should have thought about is, you know, once you understand what you want, you know, why do you want it? What is this all about? You know, and for me, the picture you're looking at right now, this is my why. This is why I do what I do. This is why I spent, you know, 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the night, every night, practicing. I'm learning how to read charts, learning how to read price action. You know, I can't tell you how many nights my wife came at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still sitting at the dining room table because that's all I had at the time. And you know, my neck crooked, like, you know, just in pain when I woke up. But I didn't stop. That didn't stop me, because my family deserved more than what I was giving them. And that's my why. You know, like I told you yesterday, the worst thing in the world is the feeling of not being able to do the things, the basic things for your children. You know, like I'm looking at my daughter's cap and gown. You know, what if I wasn't trading at this time? What if I hadn't started trading and I wasn't making money? You know, and I was still living from paycheck to paycheck, and I couldn't come up with the $300 senior fees that she needed. You know, how much or how bad would that hurt me to not be able to do that? You know, this is my why. You know, this is why I still stay up late at night. You know, sometimes you guys will email me, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I answer your email. I'm like, what are you doing up? Man, I'm grinding. No, this thing doesn't stop. You know, contrary to some people's belief, you know, I don't make any money on subscribers. I have to make money trading. I mean, you could look at my pricing and you can tell that I'm not here to, you know, this is my business. You know, I'm trading. That's where my focus is. And where your energy go, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And that's where it's going. You know, so, you know, you have to think about, if you don't achieve your goals, if you don't reach the finish line, who are you going to be letting down? I see right now, I be letting my family down. If I don't get to where I need to be, if I don't achieve my goals, I'm letting my family down. And that's not going to happen. And that's what drives me. And this why is going to take me further than, you know, any car or any house or any monetary material thing is ever going to take me. Okay, it's just fact. You know, if this was about making money quick, I would have quit a long time ago, because it's not easy to do this. And people who are in it to make quick money, or, you know, to make easy money, when they get in this and realize, you know, that it's a real job, they're gonna quit. You know, but I can't afford to quit. You know, I have to stay true to my why. And when you're going through this, every time you have to stay true to your why. You know, that's why I keep I can roll my station into any room in my house. It pretty much stays in my family room, because this is where all of the pictures of my family are. Anytime I lose focus, or anytime I'm wondering, why am I subjecting myself to this, I look at the pictures of my family, my children, my wife. And it reminds me that this is why I do what I do. Okay, so you have to commit to it. Now, I'm not saying you have to commit 8 hours a day. When I first started, I only could put in like 3 hours a day. And that's what I did. But for those 3 hours, I gave it 120%. I gave it everything I had. And that's how I was able to work my way and trade my way out of my job. Because I did what I had to do. And you guys can do the same thing. You all can do the same exact thing. You just have to stay in your lane. You can't rush it. And you have to keep focused on your why. Because that's what's going to keep you driving. That's what's going to keep you disciplined. And doing things the right way. You know, and, you know, Les Brown, this motivational speaker, you know, one of the quotes he says is, you need to make a commitment. And once you make it, then life will give you some answers. You know, so you have to commit to it. You know, and I had a guy I talked to yesterday. He was like, man, I love your videos. I love the way you lay things out. He said, but I only have a couple hours a day in the morning. So, you know, signing up for your chat room wouldn't do me any good. I'm like, that you couldn't have been further from the truth. Because when you subscribe, you're not subscribing to a chat room. You're subscribing to a community that's here to support you, whether you're here 2 hours a day or 8 hours a day. Not everybody can stay in the chat room all day. Some come in the morning and they leave. Some come in the evening and they leave. You know, it depends on how much time you have and how much focus you have going on in that time. Are you putting all your energy and focus into that time? And that's what it's about. It's about giving it 120% for the time that you have allotted. And you can't cheat yourself. You cannot cheat yourself, because if you do, you will suffer the consequences. So if this is what you want to do, and you know what you want, and you know what your why is, then you draw upon that. And guys, you're going to be successful. Just make sure that everything you do, your whole focus is on why you're doing what you're doing. And you're going to, you know, make it through. So let's take a look at my trades from today. It pretty much typical. You know, the first trade I took was on XNET. You know, I had to locate some shares of this. It wasn't really hard to find. You know, they were pretty much readily available. But I located, you know, I reserved 1,000, but only traded 500. I'm still just basically trading 500 share lots. This I had a lot of concern about. And, you know, whenever that happens, I'm not going to go in real heavy on it. So I got in, you know, 500 shares. And we were rejecting. Okay, this was a 5-minute opening range. the opening 5-minute candle. Here is the low all the way down here. So what I was looking at was, if I get in on this VWAP rejection, there's enough room from here to the 5-minute open range low for me to make some decent money. But as this stock, you can see this stock kind of got crazy and didn't really want to make a move. So I ended up taking some off at 1740. You know, there's really no reason for it to continue to hang out like this. And we were making higher lows, and that was concerning. So, you know, once we made a lower low here, I felt good. And then, you know, once we started coming down, I just had the itch to take it. I had the order set at 25, which is the first target I wanted. And then, you know, I would have taken some through 17. But I ended up taking some here. And then I waited to 17 and took a little bit more off. You know, I didn't scale out like I normally scale out. And then I just took the rest of it off, you know, when we hit 1670. 1650 was supposed to be the one, but, you know, I didn't. And I was having some trouble with my internet. I thought it was a platform, but it was actually the internet, you know, because I got a new, you know, I put together a new desktop. I'm not using my laptop anymore, and that did solve a lot of the problems I was having. But I don't have the modem wired. I'm using 5G wireless, and it seems like it disconnects sometimes. So it was disconnecting me from my server, and I'm like, you know, going crazy. But I got short here, and right around in here is when I got disconnected. I was trying to put my stop in, and I got disconnected. So I just shut it down. And I didn't intend on holding it through all of this, but it just kind of worked out that way. I knew I had a real good feeling that we were going to pull up here and reject. And I said if we did, I was going to add to it. And that's exactly what I did. When we pulled up here, we rejected. I added to it just under the 9 here and just rode it down. And then we never could get 1650. So when this thing started to pop on me, you know, I had to take some off. I had to go ahead and take some of this off, wherever it was. Yeah, right here. 1673. I had to take some off here as it was coming up. So it was just a crazy, you know, crazy trade here. Then I tried it again and ended up stopping out. So I just left it alone. You know, to me, this was just like trading sideways. It did pick up some volatility toward the end of the day, you know, in power hour, but I have to leave at 3, so I'm not able to really trade anything, and I wasn't going to put anything on and to let it stay. So, you know, after the stop, I mean, all of this work I did, and I only made $146. It was just, it was frustrating, to say the least. But I was happy that, you know, we had the opening trade. And this is the second day in a row I nailed the opening trade and then turned around and gave it back, you know, fooling around with choppiness. So, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So today, it was shame on me. So the other stock I traded was WATT. And this one I got in once we broke and got up under the VWAP, the 9 and the 20. I got in, and of course we got the, pull back and retest, which only seems to happen when I get in. If I wait for this, it never happens. If I get in, it's gonna happen. So I got in, and it was just all this choppiness still. So I just held on to it. Ended up getting hit my first cover here, and hit my final target right here at 2050. It still continued to wash out a little bit and sell off, but I hit my target, and I was done with that. So that was it. I shut it down before I ended up giving too much back. I mean, I should have been up over $600-700 today, but I just gave too much of it back, trying to force things in this market that really didn't need it to be forced. So my swing trades, no change in it. I'm still in SCG. I got in here on Wednesday. Thursday, yesterday we had a little, attempt to push up. Now today, we stayed below this pivot, and gonna look for it to continue to wash out on Monday. So, pretty good on this. I am up a little bit on this now. I've been red on this ever since I got in, but finally seeing some green on this. And CARS, I got in right at the top. I mean, you couldn't plan this any better. Got in right at the top, and we had this huge sell-off. But, one thing about swing trades, I'm not watching this. And had I been watching this intraday, I probably would have stopped myself out. But yeah, I was down big time. But you have to trust in your technicals and what you see on the chart. And I knew, my stop was going to be a loss of the 20. I knew as long as this 20 is holding this up, we probably are going to bounce and make another run up through higher day. 52-week high. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. So we may make that next week. So I've got these two I'm still holding. I'm still in overnight. And you didn't really see any change in. It was just like staring at a brick wall or something today, because there wasn't really much happening on the swing trade front. So another day I didn't really get to take any profit. Didn't really have anything to come close to triggering. So we'll pick this up tomorrow on Tuesday, and we'll see, if we can get some traction on both of these swing trades. So for the week, 36.78.28, not bad. The big chunk of it came right here on Wednesday, when I had two swing trades mature. One hit my first target, then turned around and stopped out on a profit stop. And the other one I got bought in, but I got bought in, in the green. So that really helped me out. But my day trading has really been a little sour because of kind of self-inflicted wounds. Monday, it was self-inflicted. Well, no, it wasn't self-inflicted. I just didn't get to trade to open Monday. Tuesday, I could have had twice as much, but I tried to apply Monday's price action on one stop, KSS, to Tuesday in TGT, and it just didn't work. And then we had to break out on the swing trades. Still didn't day trade that well, but swing trades really made up, the difference. And then these 2 days day trading have been okay. Trading 500 shares, I would be looking to make between 450 and 550 to 6 a day if I was trading on point with the opportunities that are out there right now. And it's not hard. I'm making it hard. I'm making this harder work for me than it needs to be. And that's something that I'm going to be backing off on. And it's all because I've got this incredible drive now to just get in there and make it happen. And I've got to get that under control. I want to have that drive, but I need to get it under control so that I don't force myself and push myself to take trades that I know I shouldn't take, which is the last trade on I forgot the ticker already. The last trade on XNET, was that last trade, was just stupid, because I was sitting there talking and mentioning in chat that you really don't want to take a trade because this thing is choppy. It'll start to move and then it'll go back abruptly. And, I'm not a scalper, so I wasn't going to risk anything on this. But unfortunately, I gave a little bit more back. But for the month, we're at 44.12.68. Awesome. Awesome. We just can't beat that with everything that's been going on. I'm real pleased at where we are right now. Real pleased. So I'm not going to do I did the weekly, kind of semi-weekly recap here because we had a long weekend and my wife doesn't work Monday. My son doesn't go to school Monday. So we're going to take advantage of it and, just get on the road and ride somewhere. So I won't be at the computer or be able to, do a recap video. So this is it. So, unless something else happens. But you guys have a great and safe weekend. Enjoy the long weekend. It's not too late to study. As soon as if you subscribe, you get immediate access to all of the videos. And if you want to catch up and be ready to go when we start back Tuesday, now's the time to do it. You get immediate access to everything. So just give me a holler or sign up and you can get started on your journey today. So you guys, again, take it easy. Have a safe and enjoyable long weekend. And we will see you back in the room on Tuesday.